everyone, my name is Derek MacDonald, and today I'm going to talk to you and provide you with simple, basic techniques on how to get you started on the erg. But before we get started, a quick background on myself. As you can see, I was a participant in the 2019 Warrior Games, which was held in Tampa Bay, Florida, and I competed in track and field, sitting volleyball, and indoor rowing. The experience, what can I say, being part of Team Canada and with members coast to coast, and being inspired by their ability to overcome personal obstacles, that was the gold medal that we all came home with last year. And for me personally, it was one of the most therapeutic things that I've done in a very long time, and I'm sure if you talk to the other 35 members of the team, I'm sure they would say the same. Outside of the games, I competed in a number of indoor rowing competitions, and I have been a rower for many years on the water, participating competitively in various regattas. So like I said, today we're going to talk about simple, basic techniques with how to get you started on an erg. And a lot of this information comes from Dark Horse Rowing, which is a tool that you can use online. It's a great website, and you can further your ability once you start to get more advanced with various techniques that Dark Horse has to offer. So to get started, step one is sitting on the erg as such. So you want to sit, you do not want to be hunched over, you want to be sat up as such. With that, you want to find your foot stretchers, which are right here, and they have various holes here to adjust. And the goal here is to look for an area, the widest part of your foot. A good landmark for you to use would be the bottom lace of your shoe. So I'll just get strapped in there now. And then you want to pull your straps nice and tight. That's your footing there. Next, you want to grab your handle. You want to have a wide grip, a loose grip, and you want to have your arms locked out, and then you want to have your hips behind your shoulders and you're sat up. And now you're sitting on the erg. Next, you're going to want to move the erg. So it's called a catch position, and that's where all your power is going to come from. You're going to lean all the way forward. You're going to have your head straight forward, your arms are locked out, your hips are behind, and you're slightly bent forward. So consider yourself in that 11 to 1 position, 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock, depending on your reference. And you're going to extend your legs, pushing with your feet and your heels down. And once your legs are almost fully extended, you're going to open up with your hips, and you're going to open up with your back, and now you're into that 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, depending on your reference, and you're going to bring your arms in. And then your arms are going to come back out, and then you're going to bend at the hips to come back forward, and then you're going to bend your knees to go back to that catch position. So in a continuous motion is what you want. Consider like a bicycle chain. This is what it should look like. Like I said, you want to have that continuous motion. You're quick at the catch, slow on the recovery. Quick at the catch, slow on the recovery. The recovery is where you're going to start to relax and you're going to breathe and get yourself ready for that next catch. Like I said, it's continuous motion, considered a bicycle chain that's always moving. Next, we're going to talk about your different resistance, which is right here. You have numbers from 1 down at the bottom to 10 on the top. So for you to start off, to have that regular row, like you're out on a row on a boat, try to consider yourself in a 3 to 5 area for now. If you want to feel what it's like to be in a very fast boat, you're going to put it down to 1, and the resistance is going to seem less, but that's going to make that feeling like you're in a very, very fast boat. Conversely, if you put it all the way to 10, it's going to be very heavy water. It's going to be like you're in this very heavy, slow boat. So to push that down, put your resistance in a 3 to 5 for now to begin, just to get that feel and see what that does right there. Next, we have the computer, which is up here. And that's your PM. There's different variations of this now. This is your performance monitor, and this is going to give you all the data, all the feedback, which is what you collect to improve your performance here with the erg. This is going to tell you how far you've gone, how much time you've used. It's going to give you things like how efficient you were, how much work you put out. You can work to do 5,000 meters, you can work to do 20 minutes, you can work to how many calories you want to burn. It's all with the computer, so this is something that you're going to want to play around with. There's a number of buttons. Like I say, go on Dark Horse, they'll be able to give you a little information session on the PM here. So now that you have your resistance and your computer, now you're going to have that data collected, and you're going to finally be able to plan your training. So you should plan your training, because that's going to give your set goals for yourself. It's going to give you purpose in your rowing. I'm going to row 5,000 meters, so you plug that in, and now I'm rowing 5,000 meters, and I will not get off until I hit my goal. Also, I'm going to row 20 minutes today, so I put that in there and I plug it in, and I'm not going to get off until I hit my 20 minutes. That gives your training purpose, and like I said, when this thing gives you that data and you're on the machine, it's going to get difficult and it's going to get uncomfortable. But if you have that goal set of hitting that mark, now you're going to try to achieve that goal. It's like I said when I first started, that when we were on Team Canada and you're watching people overcome personal obstacles, that was a goal. That was the gold medal for us. I've put it on that I want to do a certain distance, and I just didn't have it that day. And you know what? That's okay. If you don't reach your goal that day, take a pause. Take an hour pause. Take a day pause. Leave it for a week. Come back to it, and that's the goal. That's the warrior spirit. Is you're going to come back and you're going to try to achieve that goal. It may not be today, it may not be next week, it may take you 3-6 months to achieve that goal, but the fact that you came out and you sat on the erg and you had that goal set that you were achieving, the win for that day is that you came out and you sat on the erg. And then finally, take all those pieces. You know how to sit on the erg now, you know how to move on the erg, you have some purpose to some planned training. And then set that up, so come up with some workout plans for yourself. Go on to Concept 2, go on to Dark Horse, and look what they have to offer you. And start off with just learning that motion, keeping everything smooth. That quick start, slow recovery, and do a 3 to 5 minute piece. How did that feel? Then next week, try doing 4 5-minute pieces with a 5-minute rest. How did that feel? Take your time and then build on that. Maybe the next day you do 2 10-minute pieces, and with a 10-20 minute rest in between, and see how that felt. There's other workouts you can do. You can do a 1 minute on, 1 minute off, at trying to find out that max rate, that max speed, and see how that felt. And then finally, maybe using all that knowledge that you've gained of where you kind of sit with your stroke rate and how much power you're putting out with your splits. Maybe try a steady state for 30 minutes and see where that has taken you. And now when you look back over all your training in the past month, you've gone to learning how to erg to now you're rowing 30 minutes on an erg. So that's everything for me right now. Good luck with your training and take care.